Hey everyone, it's Crypto Profit back with another video, and today we're going to be taking a quick look at Cardano ADA. Right now we can see $2.19 in the last 24 hours, and we've seen that 2.17% increase. Like I said, a great 24-hour period, and we take a look at this last week, we've needed this 24-hour push back up, and that's exactly what's happening in the market right now. We're seeing a fairly good market when it comes down to altcoins. Cardano is one of those that is continuing to show its bullish push above $2. It's been a while since we actually saw $3 Cardano. It's almost a month at this point, or a little over a month at this point, since we saw $3.10, which, by the way, is the all-time high for Cardano September 1st at 8 p.m. I do think we are going to get back to this price. So I want to give you guys price predictions for the end of the year, the end of the bull market. But before we do so, there is a lot to jump into today regarding Cardano. I actually even want to talk about one of those Cardano really projects coming into the ecosystem in the next couple of weeks and months. So we have a couple things to jump into, and I want to talk a little bit more about the market cap as well, because we see the market cap right now at $72.2 billion. That is quite the market cap. It's going to take quite a bit of money to actually continue to push Cardano for a 2 to 3 to 4x that we are hoping to see by the end of this year or end of the bull market. You can see that the trading activity is still 64% buy, 36% sell, as well as the volume has decreased significantly in the last 24 hours down to 2.4 billion. But I want to take a look at just a few things regarding Cardano first. As we jump in, you can see the first thing we're going to talk about is the Cardano Cube. We've been working on something new. From now on, you can actually check out the entire Cardano ecosystem within your browser, fully responsive and evolving over time. So they've actually made a really, really cool thing here. If we actually click on over, I thought I had it already up, but do not though. So you can actually kind of see what's going on here. It's basically a Cardano ecosystem, kind of spread out with all of the different projects, all the big projects at the very least. And you can actually click on them. It'll take you to their site. They'll tell you more about them on the Cardano Cube site. So it's a very, very cool concept. And you can click on any of these and learn more about that project. So definitely something that I think a lot of people are going to start to utilize if you do like, projects on the Cardano ecosystem. But before we jump into, a little bit too much regarding the Cardano news and hype recently, I want to talk about Empowa. So this is one of those building community impact coins that is definitely starting to build momentum. So it's all about the Africans who struggle to buy a house, who could really afford to buy a house at a mortgage rate of that 45%. I don't know if you guys know that the mortgage rate in Zimbabwe is around that 45%. So the cost of finance is extremely high basically in those African countries, leading to a housing supply vicious cycle. And if you actually scroll down here, you can see that their mission in Empowa is to aim to be a large and impactful property developer without actually developing properties. By providing decentralized financing, Empowa is the key to the potential of the underserved African mortgage market, unlocking affordable and greener homes for more Africans. So it's the real fi action. And they talk about how they're going to do it, and they talk about how buying NFTs that change lives as well. So if you want to kind of help fund the community, you can definitely do so. Making an impact with the right partners, obviously Cardano being one of them, being a project under the Cardano ecosystem. But the cool thing about this as well is the roadmap. So some of the roadmap that they're trying to accomplish in these next couple of years are absolutely huge. You can see that they have NFT designs, initial stake pool offering, all in this Q4, commence platform build, implementation of marketing plan, Emp Token Sale. So there is a token sale, and that's the big thing to really kind of note out of this as well, is the Emp Token Sale laying the foundation. A layer or a journey of 1,000 miles starts at the first step, so you can join them on their journey. I will, by the way, guys, have this link down in the description below, so you can actually register for the token sale and click that link. And, if you are interested in this project, which, by the way, has tons of token utility, they talk about their tokenomics, everything's fair use. And I want to jump, back into Cardano, but this is, like I said, a great project that may have some huge potential, and we'll see what happens. Obviously, building a house improves safety, health, well-being, education, resilience to climate change, creates jobs equaling, usually one house equaling eight jobs, and it creates wealth as well. So hopefully this does, continue to push and do very, very well. One thing as well, guys, is there is only one way to invest in Empowa for now, because they have already sold all their NFTs just in 32 days. You can delegate your ADA to their partner stake pools for EMP rewards, and I will also link that down below in the description as well. I do want to jump over to the next thing, because we talked about the Cardano ecosystem as a whole now. We talked about some of the new projects coming out, but the biggest thing I want to talk about is the input output, some of the big things that has been said recently. So fantastic to see our blog on how blockchain could be the key that unlocks the UN Sustainable Development Goals in WEF. And if you actually take a look farther into this, they talk about, like I said, could blockchain be the key that unlocks the SDGs? Although much effort has gone into meeting the SDGs, significant barriers remain, not least that the goals can come into conflict. So, good governance has been identified as a way to address these challenges, and blockchain technology can be the key that underpins the improved governance we need to meet the SDGs by 2030. So, a lot of excitement about sustainable development goals or SDGs. And we'll see what happens. Obviously, Cardano is set to help that as well. We see analysts set, by the way, to target $20 for Cardano as stakeholders, 71% of ADA supply, or stake 71% of the ADA supply. So that's absolutely huge. Cardano holders are staking 71% of the supply. I think I said stakeholders and just kind of mixed up the the beginning word to the end word. But you see there, Cardano, like I said, has a massive amount of really support here, a massive amount of long-term support with the amount of people, like I said, holding it and staking it long-term. So Cardano has become one of the most decentralized cryptocurrencies among other smart contract platforms, with 71% of the current supply being staked by holders. That's absolutely huge. And you can also see that Cardano announces Satoshi's Light wallets to increase the accessibility of cryptocurrencies and NFTs with interoperability and ease of use. Analysts are bullish on Cardano, setting a target of $15 to $20 for ADA price at the end of the year. By the way, that's absolutely crazy. I do not think that's going to happen. $15 to $20 Cardano, we'd all be a little bit too excited for that to take place. I think we could definitely see an increase, $15 to $20, a little bit out of the ordinary for what, a 2-month run. Yeah, so I do want to talk about really where I think Cardano is going to be by the end of the year, by the end of the bull market, but I want to jump into one more article here. So Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson to tour Africa, and here's why. So Cardano has focused its attention on projects which are building the blockchain. This is because after the launch of smart contracts capability on the network, the next phase was getting developers to deploy their applications on the ecosystem. Cardano, through Emergo, has invested in a number of startup projects to boost the adoption of this blockchain. So Emergo invests in African startups, which is absolutely huge because that's one of the biggest announcements from Cardano Summit concluded in September was the $100 million investment in Cardano's focused projects by Emergo. So we'll see what happens with this, guys. Like I said, Cardano getting into a bunch of different spots in, really around the globe. We've seen them kind of, continue to push their work. And I think it's going to be big. I think we're excited for the future of Cardano for obvious reasons. One more thing I want to take a look at before we talk about price predictions, because you guys probably know about where I'm thinking for price predictions if you guys have been around the channel for a while. But SpaceBuds basically marked the first NFT sale above $1 million on Cardano network. This is absolutely huge, showing that NFTs can be very, very successful on Cardano. Was kind of an obvious thing, but them doing it is definitely something different. So great to see that this is taking place. And you can see here, sold SpaceBud 9936 was bought for 510,000 ADA, which is just absolutely incredible, right? So crazy to see NFTs doing so well on the Cardano ecosystem as well. If we take a look back at my Twitter account, by the way, guys, I don't know if you know this, but I do have a giveaway going on right now. So follow me on CryptoProfitYT on Twitter. 40 Chainlink to be given away at the end of October if we hit $40 Chainlink by then. So definitely a possibility with this most recent push. Chainlink right around $27, $28 right now. I do expect, a very, very close margin on that. But I do want to talk about Cardano right now. So I want to talk about the end of the year, the end of the bull market altogether. As we see $2.18, there's nothing that tells me that this is going to be a bullish push to $15 to $20 like analysts are saying. I think we're going to see anywhere from $5 to $7 by the end of the year at the most. And I think by the end of the bull market part 2, we're going to be lucky to see $7 to $10 altogether. So we'll see what happens. I think this is still definitely a coin worth investing in, still definitely a coin worth staking and gaining, that passive income. So we'll definitely keep you up to date with Cardano throughout all of it. But thank you guys again for tuning in. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on. I'll see you guys all in the next one.